Twist on an old form of punishment with our friend Dan King from Young Voices, who's up late with me on the Final Five. What would we call the color of that blazer, Dan, by the way?
Pink, I guess.
Okay. All right, I just want to get salmon, maybe, perhaps?
Salmon works.
You polled your Twitter following and said, what should you wear? Should you wear it? And you did it, so props. Let's talk about some serious things. We had you in here a couple of months ago. So Amazon was rolling out this new thing called Rekognition. You, as somebody, as a civil libertarian, did not like this idea that Amazon was selling facial recognition software. Then we find out the ACLU tested it on members of Congress, and it's unfairly snagged a number of members of Congress.
Yeah, 28 of them to be exact. And it wasn't surprising at all if you actually look at the data that had already been out there. 12% of the time with black Americans, it can't even get their gender right, which made it no surprise that Rep. John Lewis was on that list, the long civil rights leader. So, I mean, it's really troubling that we're allowing police departments to use something that can't even get your gender half the time and thinks 28 members of Congress committed crimes.
And I think some people will hear members of Congress committing crimes. That has happened, but that is not related to this information. What's the lesson you learn from something like this, though, as Amazon tries to sell this, tries to monetize this technology, and clearly it is not foolproof?
Right, and it's one thing when you're using it to unlock your phone. Sure, it's no big deal if it occasionally doesn't work. But when law enforcement is using this to arrest people, that's a bit of a different story.
So what do they do from here? What should they do from here?
I mean, if I'm a law enforcement department, I want nothing to do with this because it's a disaster. It would bring on so many lawsuits from civil liberties-minded organizations like the ACLU and the Electronic Frontier Foundation.
Yeah.